Shaking. Well, it looks like we are really seeing a lot of Trump Jr. in the news lately. Um, and it seems like every day they have new information on his meeting in the Trump Towers, his father's apartment building, talking to Russians. Um, but the real problem is that there is so much other stuff that's going on because they're trying to do the health care plan, which the Republicans need to stop. Like, oh, we're gonna hurry up and rush, and hurry up and do this, and really sit down um, and like do some reading, do some research, and looking at other countries that have great health care, doing their homework. They should have about 2 weeks of just some good investigating work, maybe a month, before they even started, if you ask me, to try to draw up a health plan. But they haven't really did any work. But they weren't doing any work when Obama was there. They were just too busy trying to make Obama look bad. And they have no idea about human behavior. You know, it's just like I was watching some show, and they were talking about like the police have a course in mental health, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's a 6 week course, maybe more, maybe less, but whatever it is, it's not the same as somebody doing 8 years of schooling for something. You know, it's they might know something, but they don't really understand the big picture, or understand that every person is an individual and there's variation to different degrees, and that everybody, because like they just learn about all of these people. Everybody has some type of trauma, and the trauma is what causes the mental illness. It's either somebody's, either sexual abuse, physical abuse, and I find those are things that children don't know how to express, or don't really have a safe person to call. You know what I'm saying? Because like, but because like, what do? You tell the principal, 60% of the time they're gonna just say the child made it up. The other time is like they don't want to ruin the adult's life, so they might punish this child for opening their mouth. So anyway, so, and so they don't really comprehend mental illness at all. And then a lot of times when they say people are bipolar, they had a previous mental illness, probably caused from trauma, like being whooped is a trauma, especially before a child, starts walking and talking. It's severe trauma. It doesn't give. It just causes the development of the brain to be different than a child that didn't. Um, so it's irreversible. So they just go into adulthood like that, and it's. But anyway, I think that that is the type of thinking that the Trump people had. They know a little bit of information on how to con people, on out of money, probably how to avoid paying their bills, like filing bankruptcy, and how to get bank loans from other countries, because the United States banks weren't giving them any loans because of their bad investments and their lack of paying, filing bankruptcy. They don't want to pay. So they have a closed-minded type of thinking, sort of like the police do, in my opinion, because there's no way. I mean, there's one way to make somebody know absolutely anything about a situation or how to handle it is to give them very little information on it, because then your mind will fill in, through your racism or your, just your lack of knowledge, stuff that is irrelevant, you know. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Bipolar. They have a previous. Sorry. They had a previous like maybe not diagnosed, but they have a previous problem, and then the common one around here is that they have the drug problem, alcohol or cocaine or heroin that causes like the Jekyll and Hyde type of behavior, and we've all seen people that they get on alcohol and maybe they're real friendly, love everybody, or they get on alcohol and they want to beat everybody's ass. You know, so we all seen the various behavior, and you compound that with already a mental problem. So everybody has a problem. You know, it's not really a problem. Everybody has gone through trauma. It's only the way that your parents taught you how to respond to those problems, how you see like the peers around you respond to like say your parents are junkies themselves. You'll see how they solve the problems that they have, and you'll emulate that because that's how you learned. Well, anyway, that's how Trump kids are. They emulate their father. They have a small, narrow understanding, of people outside their RAM. And most con artists, they think everybody's stupid, so therefore they think they're a fucking genius. And I think that's what Trump Jr. thinks, that he's a fucking genius. That I came out front with this information when, yeah, there are times when you come out front and you be truthful, and that's usually before you lie, because otherwise it's irrelevant. Or you don't come out and decide, oh, I'm going to be truthful about something that's to incriminate you. Because they never had to be responsible for their actions, obviously. They're on another level that they weren't on before. They're on a level where they're out of their league. They're out of their lane. And with the Republicans not able to pass a budget, not able to pass a health bill, not able to understand the reasons why, right? And with Trump people, they're with the situation that they're in, they're not able to govern. They got to get lawyers. They're lawyering up. They're defending everything they're saying and looking for scapegoats. Now it's Hillary Clinton. Oh, she had emails, and she handed her emails over to the FBI. She got investigated with her emails, and just because you wanted a different outcome than what the investigation came up with, doesn't change the outcome. And I think that's a lot of problems. Like they want a certain outcome. It's just like when Trump was saying that Obama was born in Kenya. He used the same people. The only thing they found out is that he got relatives still living in Ireland from his mom's side. And then they found his brother, and they're like, oh, well, your brother ain't helping you. When's the last time you seen him? And they had him at the Republican thing. And then his brother seemed very upset because he probably really had no clue of American politics. So the Trump's already been seen as doing dirty tricks. We already know that they're con artists from the business practice. His reputation is that of a con artist, a person who doesn't like to pay their bills, somebody that can't be trusted, and as a lie. And he hasn't did anything in his presidency to contradict any of that. And he's trying to say What I'm trying to sum everything up is to say that the the Republicans are backing a president that is using his position, his power, and his children to really undermine the security of the United States with their back dealings with Russia. And I'm saying that they had back deals dealing with Russia because of the meetings and the information that is coming out about, who was in the meeting, how they cannot, articulate what was said in the meeting, uh, how everybody has a different story, that there was definitely, to me, some treason act going on. You know, um, and they're using Hillary Clinton, trying to bully her, trying to make her feel bad because of their actions that they did. You know, it's going to be irrelevant because they're going to have to speak on their actions, and they could go and like tell a judge or tell people in the Congress that, hey, well, Obama did this, oh, Obama did that, or Obama didn't do anything. Why didn't Obama stop me from using the Russians spies to turn the election around? You know, why didn't Obama stop Trump's behavior? Why didn't Trump stop his behavior? But you know what I'm saying? They're gonna find a lot of people like they're gonna like, oh, it's their fault, But when it comes down to the bottom line, they're not dealing with local New York police. They're not dealing with city police. They're dealing with government investigation. So they're gonna be held at a higher standard. It's gonna be harder for the government to try to prove it. It usually is the case, but in their case, I believe that Trump and the people he's working for have already proven that they have done a treason act by going to a foreign entity and making arrangements that will help Russia uh, make chaos, and it's helping Russia and China. It's not the benefit of the citizens of the United States. They're doing back deals. Sneaking around in a hotel in their Trump apartment over there on 56th Street and Fifth Avenue. Really, like no. And one thing I know about New York, there's a lot of people live in New York. There's a lot of people live in that building. Even if they just took an elevator up by themselves, never mind. They have a lot of employees too who work for them. Maintenance men, doorman, security. If somebody wants to come out that's and really wants to say something, they can. But I think the results are really what the results of the whole thing is that we could all see is that we don't have a government that's running to its fullest. That our government is not taking care of business like it should, and I think that is that with all the collusion they have with Russia, the Trump people, Trump Jr., Steve Manor, and etc. All those people is causing a security breach in the United States. I think the Republicans would do good to work with the Democrats, stop trying to project their behavior onto the Democrats, Yeah, the Republicans have been horrible people. Been very evil the last 8 years that when Obama was in office. Uh, they have not helped the United States grow. You know, there are things that we could do that'll make this country better. That'll make more money. How about the train situations? You know, go ahead and and promote people using the trains more. There's a lot of money that could be made, but building up the railroad. Other good countries do it. China, Japan, England. All these other countries, they have excellent train, service, fast. So there's things like that in instruction. Yeah, I know that the airplane people lobby are Republicans and are Democrats a lot, and to keep other modes of transportation out. You know, but sometimes um, you could just be a millionaire or a billionaire, uh, and maybe live off your interests in such a way that you don't have to devastate the economy of the United States by stopping it from growing, stagnating its growth uh, uh, by all these corporations and businesses trying to see their best interests opposed to what's the best interest of the country and the people and for this country to get better. I mean, just using the trains as an example of something that we could do. You know, um, um, it's a great mode of transportation. If we actually did get into solar panels, you know, um, and I know that the oil and the gas and the coal industry are doing everything that they can, pushing back on reusable energy, um, because it's not in the best interest of the corporation, and they lobby big time to keep us from going green, for using windmill and you know from the propaganda that windmills are ugly. I've seen like in Germany pictures where they have the windmills. They're not ugly. You know, um, you know. So so we have a lot of pushback in America growing because a lot of the corporations and the companies that lobby don't have the best interests of the American citizen. They have the best interests of their pocketbook. And with a lot of our companies having their money offshore, um, there's no incentive for them to do right by the American people and by the American government, especially when they can just lobby somebody in Congress to do their bidding. So it's not a matter of the American people electing them; it's a matter of the almighty dollar putting these people in office. And you can see the result with Trump, what type of people that we end up with. Some very thirsty dots. And I do mean the hoe over there is President Trump and his son Jr. They're just big ass hoes. And their pimp is Putin. And Putin got a boss, China. China, Korea, and Russia got special interests. And if I was you, China, I wouldn't trust Putin. But anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens because it looks like since the Trump people and Trump don't comprehend the different type of legal trouble they're in. They still think they're still thinking small time police, local stuff. When this is going to be on a worldwide stage, they're going to be judged by not only a few people. And plus, I don't think the Trump people have enough money and all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're right now using the United States presidency, being the president, to to try to drain some money into their accounts. But I think they've done. I think they're getting ready to meet some real cons. They're gonna find out what they were playing with their university, with their Trump steaks, their Trump wine. Not paying their contractors is kindergarten shit to what they're gonna have to. Anyway, it's 5 after 3. I'm sorry. I need to get sleep. I'm probably a little scattered. It's just that I'm so confused that how we got a Trump in the office, how we have somebody that is clearly doing a little bit too much with the Russians, clearly has some special interests that is not at the best interest of the American people, and that they don't have any solutions, but they're just looking for scapegoats. And I don't think that's no way to run a country with a bunch of motherfucking sorry ass fucking crooks. He should have stayed on The Apprentice. Yeah, maybe he might be like a big shit in Russia and Russians like it, but he hasn't. Trump and Trump and Trump Jr. and all of them, Ivanka. Not one of them has tried to do anything to boost the morale of American people and let us know is clearly what are you going to do for the American people. Building a fucking wall is not for the American people. Stop Muslims coming over here is not for the American people. You want to do something? Ban Russia from coming over here. Ban them from change our fucking computer systems. Get somebody to work on it. All that bullshit he's doing, like, we're gonna see how it was hacked. The fuck out of here. What, we're gonna send Russia all the motherfucking Americans fucking the voters things? Because every time you turn around, Trump and them have another meeting. Here he was at the G20. He could have been smooching up to the French then, instead of taking another French vacation, or the Greeks, or some our allies. Never mind.